Now, voting is currently underway for the second phase of elections in Bihar. Over 36% people have already cast their vote, and this was till 11 this morning. Nearly 8.5 million voters will seal the fate of 456 candidates in 32 assembly constituencies. Voting will be held across 6 districts, including the Maoist violence hit districts, and there are some districts which are extremely poor. Kaimur, Rohtas, most of their 9,000 polling booths are in rural areas in this phase. The second phase of polling constitutes a great challenge for the security agencies. 6 districts are in Maoist violence affected area. In view of the security concerns, voting time has been curtailed by 1 hour and 2 hours in as many as 23 constituencies. Former Chief Minister of Bihar and NDA ally Jitan Ram Majhi is pitted against JDU and the Speaker of the Bihar Assembly Uday Narayan Singh from Imamganj. The Hindustan Awam Morcha Chief is also contesting from Makhdumpur. Manji's son Santosh Kumar Suman is trying his fate from Kutumb in Aurangabad. BJP's Rameshwar Prasad Chaurasya is contesting from Nokha Assembly constituency. Rajendra Singh of the BJP is contesting from Dinara against JDU's Jai Kumar Singh. There are tight security arrangements that have already been put in place to prevent any untoward incidents in the Naxal hit areas. Now, in the first phase of election, 57% voters cast their votes.
जो मेजर पार्टी भाजपा होगी या होने वाली है, उसका नेता चीफ मिनिस्टर होंगे और लेजिस्लेचर पार्टी बैठ करके तय किया जाएगा और वो तय करके चीफ मिनिस्टर का ये करेंगे डिसीजन।
रोल आपका क्या होगा?
एक किंग मेकर का।
Our agenda is only and only development for Bihar, and we want change for development in Bihar.
Sir, there have been talks of internal rivalry between you and the sitting MLA for 3 times, and do you think that in despite of these, BJP will be able to post up a good performance?
I want to say that there is no rivalry, there is no any issue.
Joining me now with the latest from Ground Zero is India Today's Brijesh Pandey and Ashar Ahmed Khan. Brijesh, how has the voter turnout been since morning? Take us through the pulse on ground.
Well, I think there's been a considerable enthusiasm as far as voter turnout in here at Aurangabad Assembly constituency is concerned. I mean, Gaurav, even before the voting could begin at 7 a.m. by 6:45, we saw at least 15 to 20 people already who had arrived at the booth, and this showed the enthusiasm. And as of now, till 11, 33% of votes has been cast, which is extremely good by any yardstick. We saw many first-time voters. We saw several elderly people with great difficulty in walking up, but still coming down to booths to exercise their franchise. And apart from them, we also saw an active participation of women voters. So it was all in all a pretty enthusiastic turnout, and going by, if a poll recorded till 11 a.m. is any consideration to go by, we might witness another 6 to 7 or 8% hike than the last time and the number of votes polled in the last assembly election. Gaurav?
Stay with me. Ashar, you're in Jehanabad and Maoist violence had been a major issue. Has that dampened voter enthusiasm, or given the kind of security presence on ground, people are still coming out? The way Brijesh is saying, women, first-time voters, people coming out in large numbers to vote, who does that benefit?
Well, people are coming out and voting because in the last 10 to 15 years, there's been a straight campaign by the Election Commission of India, which has roped in film stars also and has spent considerable amount of money also in propagating the need to vote. There are posters all across the district where people should come out and vote. There are vehicles also which say that people should come out and vote, and that is why we're seeing that people are coming out and voting. It's been almost, say, about 5 to 6 hours now since voting started. There's been no untoward incident which has been reported, apart from a minor hiccups, which is EVMs not functioning at certain places, but they've been replaced eventually. So no major hiccup as far as polling process is concerned. No untoward incident reported in the last 5 to 6 hours. So by and large, it has been a peaceful election. Yes, the voting percentage is more, but in current elections, this is no indicator as to which way the wind is blowing, because people who were youngsters in the last election have now crossed the limit of 18, so they've already come out and voted, because we saw quite a bit of young voters, quite a bit of women also coming out and voting. So putting all these things into perspective, yes, the vote percentage will increase from the last time. That is a natural given. Yes. But that is not an indicator where the wind is blowing one way or the other.
Okay. First time voters, youngsters, women coming out to vote in larger numbers, a higher percentage of voters coming out to vote. Brijesh, is that an indicator of which way the wind is blowing in Aurangabad, if not in Jehanabad?
Well, I mean, Gaurav, to be brutally honest, I mean, it's very difficult to gauge the mood of the voter, because, you know, here in Bihar, if you talk to a voter, he first gauges you rather before, you know, he opens his card. So it'll be extremely, but given the kind of political atmosphere which has been there in the last, 6 months to 1 year, and what we have gathered from talking to, you know, various political people, and especially people from BJP and a couple of other political parties, the fact is that, you know, that there is a degree of anti-incumbency which is going against the sitting MLA of BJP, who has won this seat at least 3 times on a trot, and his famed rivalry with the BJP MP Sushil Singh. So many fear that, you know, that this particular rivalry is something which might cost BJP its ticket, might cost BJP the seat as far as this particular assembly election is concerned. We have to also understand, Gaurav, that this particular place, Aurangabad, which has 6 assembly constituencies, is known as mini Chittor of Bihar, given the kind of Rajput population it has. But there have been several Rajput candidates which have been propped up, and this is one of the reasons why people believe that there is going to be a major bifurcation, traffication of Rajput's votes going to these candidates. So all in all, what we have gathered is that the BJP has a tough fight at its hand as far as Aurangabad assembly constituency is concerned. Gaurav?
Okay, and Manogya Loiwal now joins us from Gaya. Manogya, the information that is filtering in from the Election Commission says Gaya has witnessed the highest voter turnout so far.
Well, nothing astounding. I would say that you would expect it to cross around 60% mark by the end of the day, which is one of the highest till date. Now, Gaya has made adequate arrangements. Remember, we were speaking to a few officials who said Gaya has always seen polling in the first phase of elections because it has been an Naxal affected area. But because of the Pinddan and the Pitra Paksh that was here last week, that was the reason why 12th was not the date that was selected by the Election Commission for voting. So it is happening today. Being the second phase, they have got ample time to think and of course whom to vote for. But here there's a sitting candidate who is from BJP, Dr. Prem Kumar, who is of course the longest serving BJP MLA of the party in Bihar.
Okay.
So this interestingly makes him a 6-time MLA, round about 30 years of politics, and again contesting this time, which makes him a major runner for the Chief Minister post also. But Gaya is also witnessing another fight, which is in Imamganj, which is of Jiten Ram Majhi versus Mr. Upadhyay, who is the present speaker. They've had a tough fight, and they are in for a tough fight, besides what they've had, the verbal war in the assembly, which took him to the battlefield of Imamganj now, where they are fighting it out with the ballot this time.
Stay with me for a moment.